Hi everyone, Spider-Man 1991 here, and Captain America came out in theaters yesterday. So that means it's time for a graphic novel review. Okay, this is going to be pretty quick. My first Captain America graphic novel is Captain America: The Winter Soldier Ultimate Collection. This was the first Captain America story written by Ed Brubaker when the series was relaunched. And basically what it is he brought back Bucky. Bucky was dead, has been dead since Cap reappeared since Avengers #4, and like 40 years later, Brubaker brings Bucky back in a way that works. Bucky apparently survived the rocket as well, but he was frozen only for a shorter time than Captain America, and he was found by the Soviet Union, and they pretty much... Oh yeah, and he lost an arm, so the Soviet Union pretty much trained Bucky as their assassin, and they kept him in suspended animation throughout various periods of the year, so he has aged some, but not a lot. And this is great. It's a wonderful story. It's an amazing story. I mean, Ed Brubaker was not only able to bring Bucky back, but he also made him kind of a badass. I would definitely recommend picking this up, because when I heard that Bucky was back, I wanted to find a collected edition of this. And the reason they call it the Ultimate Collection is because when the story was first collected, they had 2 volumes of it. Half was in Volume 1, the other half was in Volume 2. Now this is both volumes with the whole story. So if you can, get this edition, because it's pretty awesome. Alright, next book. I just got this 2 weeks ago. Captain America: Red Menace Ultimate Collection. Again, just like Winter Soldier, this story arc was split up into 2 volumes, half in Volume 1, half in Volume 2. And the Ultimate Collection came out about, I think, last month, and I got it because I want to read more Ed Brubaker Captain America stories. Alright, and what happens in this is that basically this guy, Crossbones, he was a former henchman of the Red Skull, and he breaks the Red Skull's daughter, Sin, out of a S.H.I.E.L.D. re-education facility, and he's able to convince her to join his sort of rampage and his sort of killing spree to help avenge the Red Skull and stuff. And also during the story, Cap is still trying to find Bucky, and that leads him to going to England, where he meets up with Captain Britain. And also, he's still tracking this Soviet General Liu Kim from the Winter Soldier story arc. That's Liu Kim right there. And during the Winter Soldier story arc, he had a cosmic cube and some strange connection with the Red Skull now, which still takes place in this book. Yeah, sorry, confused. That does sound a little confusing, but I would say that Red Menace is kind of a sequel to Winter Soldier. I mean, if you've read Winter Soldier, then you read this, then you'll see that the transition between the two is pretty good. And pretty much after, though, Red Menace, there was just Civil War, then Death of Captain America, then Bucky took the shield and stuff, then Captain America Reborn, and everything else. But, yeah, these are my only 2 Captain America graphic novels, but I do have one more graphic novel I can show you that pertains to the sort of Captain America story, and that's Steve Rogers, Super Soldier. After Steve Rogers was brought, after Siege and the heroic age began, when Steve Rogers was pretty much appointed to Nick Fury's old job. Now he was given like his own miniseries that, again, written by Ed Brubaker, and basically what happens is the grandson of the creator of the Super Soldier Serum has finally figured out a way to recreate it, and now he's going to sell it to the highest bidder on the black market. And now Steve's trying to stop him. Steve's trying to stop him and make sure that the serum doesn't get out, because not so much that he wants to be the only Super Soldier, but because he doesn't want anyone bad to get their hands on it, like terrorists and stuff. So, and yeah, this is in hardcover, but I think the paperback is either coming out a few months this fall or it's out right now. But Yeah, I think it's a pretty good story. I mean, it's, again, after the Heroic Age, after Steve Rogers came back to life, and he jumps right back into action solo, going after the guy, trying to figure out a way to make sure that no one ever gets their hands on the super soldier serum. Okay? And, yeah, that's all my Captain America graphic novels. This is probably the shortest graphic novel video I've ever made. So, yeah. Again, that's Steve Rogers Super Soldier, Captain America Winter Soldier, and Red Menace Ultimate Collection. They're all the same price. They're all $19.99. So, if you get the chance, I highly recommend checking them out, because they are amazing. Okay, Spider-Man 1991 saying see you later.